Today we'll figure out if you can hear the price tag of your guitar rig in a band mix.
I hope so. I spent a lot of money on this.
Hey everyone, Chris here.
And my name is Guillaume. Welcome to Thomann's Guitars and Basses and to today's video, which is a take on something that we've done a few times in the past.
Yeah, one or two times.
Comparing two drastically different rigs in terms of price point.
Oh yes.
Which is fun.
Yeah, this time, again, I went for the inexpensive one,
Yes.
the affordable rigage, and Guillaume has the...
I didn't break the bank.
No,
I did not break the bank.
There's no records.
My last
now.
expensive rig was over 35,000.
Yeah.
This time around, I'm sitting at a comfy 11 to 12.
Thousand.
So, 1,000, yes. Sorry. 11 to 12,000, which is, fine.
It's
Fine.
reasonable.
You don't have to be a health professional to afford that. Sorry, I'm joking. Don't unleash your pet tigers just yet.
Keep on your robes. Yeah, which is a reference to our most expensive rig ever video. You should definitely watch it because it was a good laugh and also killer sounds. My rig is much more reasonable, even more reasonable than his reasonable rig.
Yeah.
This is literally around 1,200 euros altogether. I'm using this Squier Classic Vibe 60s Strat going into 3 pedals, Knox Horseman for some clone style sounds, the Harley Band Dealbreaker, very nice Bluesbreaker type pedal, then the Harley Duality, which is a reverb and delay. That goes into the Tube 15 by Harley Benton behind me, the combo, and I'm using the 2x12 cabinet for like a bigger sound, much more low end, etc. to compensate and sort of get close and make it a fair comparison to his rig.
Because I'm also using a 212. I'll be using my custom shop Strat 62.
Ka-ching!
Ka-ching! The Kazleder Toxic Twins, the Archer Icon, the J-Rocket Clockwork, UAFX Golden Reverb into the Soldano SLO30 head and matching cabinets with 2x12-inch speakers.
So we try to match the type of guitar, pedals, and amps as much as possible, of course, for the price tag of my rig. But we have a clone style pedal, we have a Bluesbreaker style pedal, we have a delay and a reverb, and we have an awesome clean amp with a 2x12 cab.
Absolutely.
So why don't we start with what we're doing?
Yes, the point is obviously in isolation, a lot of you guys in every of the videos that we made in that sort of category of like expensive versus inexpensive, you can tell a difference. You can always tell some sort of a difference. It's never like 10
Radical,
times better, it's never like 100 times better, but there is something, and we all always agreed to say that you're going to spend more for that 10% extra, but it's there. Does it matter once you're playing in a band, once your part is going to be put in a mix? That's what we're trying to figure out today. So we'll use each our own rig to record a solo over the same backing track. Now the solo haven't been rehearsed, it's fully improvised, so it's going to be different things. We have our own take on it, so don't necessarily rate the playing. It's not like who has the best solo competition, but who sort of sits better in the mix, who sounds better in that mix. Because
most importantly, does it sound so fine and expensive, and does the other sound, kind of cheap?
Exactly. Like this is just a bit of a, these are tools to make music. Let's make music with them. Once that's done, how much of a difference are you going to hear, if at all? Does it matter? Do you need expensive stuff to be in a band and sound glorious? We'll find out today.
And let's talk about, after all that, how and why these things even matter. If the result is that you literally cannot hear difference in a band mix. We'll see.
Yes.
We'll see.
Do you want to start? Do you want to record the first one?
Yeah.
Because it's your backing track. You made it. Chris made the backing track, by the way.
I made the backing track.
It's awesome. But also, he's playing at home, so he's got an advantage on that.
I have not used this for ever.
Come on.
Okay.
Blow our minds.
we said we shouldn't rate the playing, but I'm
No, that was
amazing,
It was
dude.
a very inspiring backing track. Thank you very much for the efforts.
Always, but dude,
Okay. What do
Okay.
we take from this? Gear does not matter. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, well, to a point.
I think we should talk about two things.
Okay.
First of all, obviously, the obvious, the sound.
Yeah.
And give maybe our take on that. How did you feel in the room with your sound and the track? And then we'll talk about the feel. How inspired were you by your sound, by your guitar? Was it nice to play? Was it nice to switch? Was it, you know?
The switch was particularly awesome.
It was. I had gold contacts with the gig rig. So,
okay, fair
premium
enough.
switching right there.
All right, so should I start? Do you want to start?
Please do.
I felt awesome with the sound, but gotta say, it's not always the same. Like, not every 1,000 to 1,200 euro rig would make me this happy. I got to choose the rig, and I wasn't sure if I will love it or just really like it, but it's the first. It's ridiculously cool. It feels perfect. Every gain stage, even the reverb and delay, which is not easy to get right if it's like an affordable circuit. It's amazing. The amp, I know the amp already. I know that it sounds fantastic. I prefer it with a 2x12 cab, so I went in there and crossed the limit of 1K just because of the cab. Otherwise, I would have been like around 800 euro, 900 euro, whatever, something like that. It was worth it because it felt perfect in the room with the mix, with the backing track.
Yeah, and that's already, I think I would honestly call that a professional rig. You have the amp, you have the cab, you have the pedal, and having a rig that's worth, rehearsal, but it also works at home if you use the home, like the speaker, and or you can use that amp. It's got a 1 watt mode, doesn't it?
Like a 5 or 2 or 1, like a scaled down version.
We did the demo for it 17 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a professional rig. It's a good guitar, good pedals. Like, there's nothing in there that you will have to like replace right now.
No.
And you sounded glorious.
Never. Thank you. So it felt awesome. Now the second half, how did it feel to play the rig? I loved everything. I don't like this super thin neck on the guitar. It feels really nice, especially for what it is and what it costs. Like, it's a Squier, which is an affordable brand. This is one of their most high-end models, and you can tell because it sounds amazing. It looks perfect. The neck is like not my thing, but that's a personal thing. If someone loves thin necks, this is a really easy guitar to play. And these are 9s, I think. These are the original 9 to 42 strings. Not my thing either. So it's just way too thin and narrow everything, wobbly strings and thin neck. Other than that, everything felt sturdy, perfect. The gain staging with the 2 pedals, the clon going into a blues breaker, which is something I do all the time. Every little segment did exactly what I wanted from it. It's ridiculous. I'm really, really impressed with this rig. And I gotta say, drive pedals, especially the small format, affordable Asian somewhere made pedals, developed so much in the last, I don't know, when did we do the Hardy Benton versus Crazy PRS rig? 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago. Before the mini
small,
the Knox might have been out already.
Maybe
2 years ago.
I can't remember. But I barely had anything to choose from in that price segment. And now it's literally just which one do you want out of all the awesome ones. It's impressive.
Good blues breaker for $20.
It's €19.99. It's like, what? It's so good. Okay, moving on. Your impressions. You shouldn't be surprised.
No surprise, no surprise whatsoever. The guitar played like a donkey, but that's because it's the way I like it. It's 1052 in standard with an action that people don't enjoy much. But I felt good, felt at home. It was nice. The sound. And that's going to be probably the surprising part. Nothing to say, not a bad word to say about the pedals. Again, I chose them. All gorgeous examples of what technology can do right now. The amp, however, as much as I love the amp and I love the results, I might have felt maybe a little bit more at home on something less I don't really know how to
Balanced?
describe it. Yeah, exactly.
balanced.
Something less balanced somehow, because it's very nice, but I'd like something that's maybe like even a little quicker, maybe not necessarily as flat, but like a little scoopy, a little something, you know, like there's. I don't know, there's a sweetness to that amp, and obviously it does everything really well. Like, you use it as a pedal platform, it's almost a crime. Like, you should definitely use the gain that's in there as well. But maybe that was the one thing, and also it's very directional as well, and I'm quite a lot on the side.
I got a lot of that,
So,
good thing I had these in.
But like, obviously, I'm not gonna complain about a 12,000 euro rig. Like, that would be
And you
stupid.
shouldn't,
It sounded glorious, super happy. It felt great. Period.
Full stop.
Now, obviously we were in our heads. We had the track and the amp in the room. Feels completely different from what you guys have heard. How much of a difference was it? How much of a, did you hear a difference in like the clipping or the high end, the low end?
Yeah, the
harmonic
mid-range.
content.
Yeah.
How was it for you guys? Please do let us know in the comments, because maybe I just spent a whole lot of money for nothing.
Let us know what you think and what you've heard down there in the comments below. Subscribe, ring the bell, do all the fun things if you like these kind of stuff.
Let us know if you have any other comparisons in mind where I get to play some very expensive stuff, because it's all good fun.
Also, let us know if I should finally play the nice stuff.
All right, y'all have a good day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.